All right, I'll tell you how this works.
How?
We get semi-excited at the start of the year.
Yes.
For the Saturday rub. Although when lunch has told me it's half an hour earlier, that excitement dropped off pretty much immediately. But then we get to about round 7 and no one's got any interest at all.
Oh, Jim.
In fact, you didn't even have your pass. You didn't even know how to get into the ground.
I forgot I was on the show. Is it every week? This early?
We're going to get to exactly what happened downstairs here at Marvel. That's coming up later.
Jasper got in.
And also what you've been up to. Well, Jasper gets in every time.
No, I'm standing there. I'm the main man. Bloody old homeless Jasper walks past me.
With his pass.
With his pass. Did help. That helped. Exactly. Yes.
Fat.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what interests me.
Can you say hello to
Hello, Damo. Hello, Bernard.
Hello,
we get stopped on the way in.
Yes.
Lovely young security lady.
Yep.
Not young.
No, she was.
Oh,
and
good.
she was lovely too.
Mine wasn't.
And she said, you need to have a look. She said, I need to have a look at your bag. I said, of course, no problem at all. And I opened up all the zips and showed her everything. She goes, Bernard, you haven't got a gun in there, have you?
She actually did say that.
Did
And I
say
was
that.
surprised the security guard would say that.
And I said, no, I haven't. But I said, you're welcome to check it all.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we get up here and they're getting the Anzac Day ceremony ready.
And?
2 assault rifles.
See that, Jim? But I dare say they would have checked them in.
Snipers rifles on the ground, Bill.
Not loaded.
Not loaded.
What was your joke during the week, Bill, about the breach of security at the MCG a couple of weeks ago?
It wasn't that good.
Yeah.
And it's serious. We've got to be careful here. It's breaking news.
Well, the security guard was making a joke of it before, which I was very surprised at. So you can.
Well, we
I
think
like
that,
this joke.
we thought that Peter Dacos got arrested yesterday for going into the MCG with 2 guns.
See, I laughed at that, Jim.
Explain it.
I laughed at you.
Security breach. Yeah.
But you got to say Peter going in with his sons.
Josh,
you got to explain.
Josh
what
No, you say people are thinking now, and then I follow up with Josh and Nick. It was anyway. It worked well yesterday.
Didn't really.
Guess the one person who didn't laugh
yesterday.
at it.
Jim.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yes, it was.
What did we do
Thursday.
yesterday?
Today's Saturday.
I've been locked away for it.
Well,
Yeah, we might get to that at midday.
Has it rained or anything? I haven't been outside for a day.
We are getting to that too. What you've
I've
been
been
up to,
locked
Pat.
into the Crystal Club.
Shirt as well. We might get there at midday, Bill.
Horrible. He
I think
slept
it's
in
me
that last
jammies.
night.
I did sleep in this last
It's the
night.
Qantas pyjama.
Oh, my God.
Gaz, man.
What is going on? Hey, Bernard,
Yeah,
we've
Bernard.
had 3 games now as part of Anzac Day round.
Yes.
And I put it to you that none of them have been very good.
No, they haven't. It's a fair call.
I mean, the ceremonies have all been brilliant. And
Brilliant.
we love all of that. And the fact that it's
I tell you what,
recognising our servicemen.
The night
and women.
ceremonies have been great.
No, they've been brilliant.
Yeah, good at
I
that.
like the night.
So all of that's fantastic, and that's a given, and we absolutely love what it means to the people that have served on our behalf and the fallen, all of that.
Yes.
But the actual 3 games of football, none of them have been very good.
But shit.
Yeah, well, Richmond, Melbourne, they are pretty low on the ladder. We weren't expecting too much there. And then
What about the crowd, by the way? Was it 71?
Bernie was
Brilliant,
talking just then.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, yeah.
Bernie was actually
That's right. You
talking.
Keep going.
But
Yeah.
Bernie, you can say,
What was the
done
crowd,
to
Bernie?
Well done to the crowd.
Yeah, 71 there.
Yeah.
Well done to the crowd. Thanks, Bill.
Yeah.
You just take your mic down for a bit.
Yeah.
Then Essendon and Collingwood, we thought it was going to go that way anyway. And then I thought the best game was going to be last night.
Yes.
Shut up, Bill. Fremantle Adelaide. Who gives a stuff about the
Yeah,
crowd?
exactly.
Bill? Shut
No,
up.
I would have thought the crowds are fantastic.
That was good crowd, actually,
Yeah.
Fremantle Adelaide.
Was
But
good
Adelaide, very flattering, that score line. They were pretty ordinary, I thought, right from the start.
You got an example there, Bernard, of what happens on the rush hour
Yeah.
pretty much every afternoon.
Yeah.
Ross Noble
Crowd.
comes in. He's
Crowd.
mad on motorcycle racing.
Yeah.
So we talk
Noble.
about the Isle of
Ross
Man and the
Noble.
famous TT races.
Yeah.
And we're talking about all of this. And Fat goes, yeah, how crap's that? Stonehenge.
Yeah.
And Ross Noble looks at him like, what are you talking about?
Ross Noble.
Wasn't even being discussed, Stonehenge. No one was even talking about it. It's a set of races on an island
Yeah.
in the ocean north of London, or north of England, and Fat goes, yeah, how crap's that? Stonehenge.
Because you were talking
the
about
crowd?
the lack of quality in the games to play to this
Yeah,
point.
and Bill
And
goes,
Bern was starting to agree with you.
Very
And then-
negative.
What about the crowd?
What about the crowd?
I was just looking for a positive
Were
because
you?
you've been very negative. all
What What you didn't is listen to what Byrne was saying.
Yeah.
Well, mate, I was asleep feeding him with Byrne. What's happened, Adelaide? I thought the three-headed snake was going to win a lot of games this year with Adelaide. What's happened there, Byrne?
Well, one wasn't playing, Fogarty out, and one got injured with his hand, but he was all right for a bit. Tex kicked a couple late, but no, they were very disappointing. I don't think it was their fault. I think it's around the contest.
Yeah,
they were pretty ordinary.
belted.
Got beaten up. Andy Brayshaw, fantastic. Sarong. They looked a different side, Fremantle, from what we saw last week.
We can jump at performances, though, as an industry.
Yeah.
Like Freo lost by 10 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a 100-point belting. Like
At the
they
G.
weren't great. They were on the road. They lost by 10 points. So you read the West Australian, it's like the worst performance any team's ever put forward in the history of the game. I'm like,
Now they're going to win the flag.
now they're going to win the flag a week later. It's like, let's keep some modicum of understanding about it all.
Crowds have been good.
No, great. You're happy with the crowds? Well, is that or you've got that's an empty bit of paper in front of you.
I've got
This whole show.
Sydney and Adelaide tips there. But
He's walked in with an empty piece of paper.
53,000 there last night. Great crowd.
Still going down the crowd.
He's trying to make this work. It's not going to work, Bill. Just stop.
I just say well done to the people that come
People,
along.
okay.
Right.
People.
That's it, the people.
Well, 92 yesterday.
Yeah.
And then 71. I couldn't believe that for that game on Thursday night. Wow.
So you're done with the crowds,
I'm
or is there
done.
more that you can go with?
That's all I had down here, crowds.
He's gone all three games, so he can't talk about any more crowds unless
No.
he's talking today.
Dane Zorko coming on.
Oh, good.
So you can ask him about Fags and whether that's all.
That wasn't
Because
good.
that got a bit
bit
fiery.
ugly.
I like that.
What?
Emotion. Good.
But they've played-
Get it out of your system.
Poor old Fags. You can't do that to him.
Yes, you can.
Old Dad.
What? Just because of his age, you can't do that.
No, that's right. No one yells at Fags. They
He's
might
the
be on his
coach,
back.
Bill.
Have you yelled at a coach?
No, I'm too scared.
Yeah.
No. I
You
think-
got yelled at by a coach a lot.
Yeah.
And a video of
Bloody-
VHS got
Yeah,
thrown
thrown
at the
at
head.
in the dark.
Choke on this
Choke
you.
on that, you. Yeah.
That was the Skinner Reserve airplane
I
watching,
think you
wasn't
know,
it?
Yes, we're all aware of that. Yeah. Gary Ayres. You know what I thought when he was
You thought
yelling?
he was going to eat you.
No, his teeth. They were like big chompers, and they're coming at me, and I'm thinking he's going to actually take the head off here. Is he Blighty? Who else? Why'd they all yell at me?
I'm about to say, did you ever wonder why you were being yelled at specifically?
Yes, because I was the easy target.
Was that what it was?
They wouldn't yell at Ablett,
Right.
But they'd yell at me. So, which is totally unfair.
I never heard him say to you when he's talking about the Ablets and the Bairstows and the Hockings. I never heard, and the Brownlesses. He never plural your name, did
I
he?
never brought you up.
But I was towards the end of the career there.
Were you?
With Daisy.
What
But
were the crowds
Blighty
like
would have
when
said
you
it.
played? What were the crowds like when you played? Bill?
You know, well, back in our day, they used to, the crowd would be, whatever end we kicked to, right? They'd go up their end for me and Ablett.
You and Ablett.
Then at quarter time, they'd all walk down to the other end, and they'd be up the other end.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then at half time, they'd walk through the ground, like at school footy, and they'd watch it. They'd go end to end to watch me and Ablett.
So obviously not many there if they can walk around.
A bit to bear out in the wings there. They were the good old days.
Oh, yeah.
What else, Jim?
So we're holding firm here because Fats had an interesting day and a half.
Yeah.
We're going to get to it at midday.
Yeah, we are.
What
Needs to
day
be
is it
No,
today?
Saturday, I think.
You've turned up in your pajamas.
Yes.
You haven't got a pass.
No.
You don't know what you've been doing for a day and a
Got
half.
someone else's car downstairs.
You've got someone else's car downstairs.
It's a little Audi, I heard.
A good Audi. It goes fast.
Does it?
Well, 60.
In a 60.
In a 40 zone.